And Western Mass News is your school authority. Good Monday evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us for Western Mass News at 10 on Fox 6. I'm Chris Pisano.
And I'm Jordan Jaglenzer. Less than 3 weeks after Pope Francis Preparatory School began in-person learning, the high school announcing tonight that they will switch to remote learning.
This after 3 students tested positive for COVID-19. Western Mass News reporter Lindsay Kane joins us now live in Springfield with more. Lindsay.
Chris and Jordan, the lights are off inside Pope Francis High School, and they'll stay off for at least the next 2 weeks. School officials say students who tested positive participated in club sports teams together.
A change of plans for Pope Francis Preparatory School in Springfield. The Catholic high school announced Monday evening that they will be shifting to remote learning for at least 2 weeks after 3 students tested positive for COVID-19. School officials announced last week that 1 student had tested positive for the coronavirus. But in contact tracing efforts, additional students were identified as close contacts and tested for the virus, resulting in 2 more positive results. In a letter obtained by Western Mass News, the head of schools, Dr. Paul Harrington, says the students participated in non-school sanctioned club sports teams. He says in part, this new data suggests this group of individuals may be considered a cluster associated with a club sport that likely extends beyond our school community. He goes on to say there remains no indication or evidence that the students' contraction of COVID-19 occurred at school or at a school-sponsored event. The school year began on August 27th with full in-person learning, despite the decision for Springfield Public Schools to start their school year with a remote learning plan. But now Pope Francis officials are urging students and families to stay vigilant with coronavirus protocols. Dr. Harrington says in part, I am grateful for the time we have had with in-person learning, and I am very disappointed that we find ourselves shifting gears. He goes on to say, I strongly urge students and families to limit their out-of-school contact with others during this time.
The tentative reentry date is set for September 29, but Harrington says they may have to use a hybrid plan to get back into the building. Live in Springfield, Lindsay Kane, Western Mass News.
Lindsay, thanks for that live report.